Wadia, you said that TSA has zero tolerance on those that are applying retaliation to whistleblowers, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe that the TSA, so if an employee believes that they have been retaliated against, who is or what organization is the one that comes in to figure out whether or not there has been retaliation?
So employees at TSA are afforded all protections from the Whistleblower Act. All TSA employees are. So they can go up any number of channels. They can go up to the EEOC line, the MSPB line, or the OSC line. They can even...
Okay, so let's take the OSC for example.
Certainly.
The whistleblower says, I've been retaliated against. The TSA says, no, they haven't. There's a dispute. OSC is one of the organizations, I think the primary organization, to resolve that dispute, correct?
Certainly.
You
Yes,
agree
sir.
with that?
Yes, sir.
So what percentage of the information should the OSC be able to review in order to figure out the right conclusion?
So the OSC should have all the information they need to figure
To
it out.
define all of the information.
So I appreciate where you're headed with your question on the information we redact for attorney-client privilege issues. In that regard, I have to say we follow departmental guidance.
Wait. There's the law, and then there's departmental guidance. You said you believed that the OSC should get all of the information. What percentage is all?
So I said...
No, it's a simple question.
I hear you.
I want to be clear in what I'm asking. If she is to get all of the information, which you said,
well, actually,
what percentage is all?
all would be mathematically 100%, but my sentence was all the appropriate information.
Appropriate. So what do you believe the OSC should not see?
Sir, the attorney-client privileged information is presently redacted. I know you don't want to hear numbers, so I'm not going to give you numbers, but it is a very small fraction.
The only number I want to hear from you is that we give the OSC 100% of the information. That's what I want to hear you say. You said you give them all, that they should have all. How are they supposed to come to a proper conclusion when you only give them something short of 100%?
So in this regard, again, I have to stress that TSA is not an agency independent. We belong to a department. We follow guidance that the department gives us. Now, as a part of this hearing, we have this, your concern has been raised. I can assure you that we will follow up with this at the department level, make guidance in writing if we have to, make it so that we are...
Okay, so you said it's department guidance. When will you provide this committee that department guidance that says that the attorney-client privilege prohibits you from giving the information to the OSC? When will I have that on my desk?
So I have already raised the matter with the department's general counsel, and I will work with them to get you...
No, I want a date certain.
Unfortunately, sir, this is not up to me. I am not the...
You're the acting administrator of the TSA. You got 50,000+ employees. You don't have the... You're relying on guidance from the department, and you're going to withhold that information from Congress?
So, sir, to my best of my knowledge, the guidance is not in writing. We are working to get the practice...
You don't have, you just made this up? It's not in writing?
So it is a standard practice.
No, it's not. Mr. Roth, or Ms. Lerner, is this a standard practice?
No, it's not. There is no attorney-client privilege when one government agency is investigating another government agency. It's very much akin to what the IGs do.
Do you see this with any other department or agency or whatever you want to call it?
From time to time, but not to the extent that we're seeing it with TSA.
Mr. Roth, what's your experience with this?
We are part of the Department of Homeland Security, so we get everything, whether it's attorney-client or not.
Ms. Gawadia, I want you to provide the guidance to this office next Friday. Is that fair? A week from tomorrow?
So I will work with the department to get you something by next Friday.
Let me ask you this. What do you think Congress has the right to see? If I ask for all the information, what percentage of the documentation will you give us?
So again, when it comes to attorney-client privilege, I I am not in a position to.
Yes, you
opine.
are. You're the acting administrator. I'm asking you right now to provide the information that the OSC has asked for. I want you to provide it to this committee.
So may I offer something? Yesterday, we came visit with Mr. Meadows, and as a part of getting ready for this hearing, this concern has come to my attention in a very strong way. I went back and I asked my staff to do a quick look and see, have we ever had any concern expressed by the OSC to us in the information we have redacted? Has that kept them from proceeding on a case? We found 2 instances. I believe Ms. Lerner has 4 in her statement. I have as of yesterday, if we ever redact a piece of information from the OSC, we will always accompany it with a privilege log. And that will allow OSC to have more information on the information that has been redacted.
Okay, so
That's a
when
starting point.
will you provide the OSC the privilege log? When will you do that?
If I may, that would not be sufficient. It's
Oh,
our
I'm
position
not
that
saying that's an endpoint.
No, a privilege log suggests that there actually is a privilege. It's our position that there is no attorney-client privilege.
But
It
I would
not
like
be
to.
appropriate.
Your point is well taken, and I concur with it. But I would be interested to see all the different times that the TSA is taking this so-called privilege, which we don't buy into. When will you provide that to the OSC and to the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform? When will I have that on my desk?
The privilege logs?
Yes.
With every document that we issue henceforth, we will issue.
No,
privilege
not in the
log.
future. I want to know all the ones in the past.
So I am not familiar with how many records.
It doesn't matter how many. I want to know when I'm going to have all of them.
Oh, sorry.
You have a week from Friday, okay? A week from Friday, or I'll issue a subpoena. And guess what? I don't need a committee vote. I don't need to go ask a judge. I can do it myself, and I'm telling you here on national television, you will get a subpoena for that information. You should provide it voluntarily. We do not buy into this whole notion that there is any such privilege. Secondly, the information that the OSC is asking for, where they don't have 100% of the documents, when will we as a committee have that?
So again, I would have to take that question for the record because this is a departmental position that I am not unilaterally allowed to circumvent.
Tell me who at the Department of Homeland Security is holding you back?
So I have to work with the Office of General Counsel.
Give me some names. I want to know who to call up here.
The Office of General Counsel.
No.
The General Counsel to the Secretary.
Give me a specific name. That's a big office. There's lots of attorneys. Tell me the attorneys that are telling you not to provide this information to Congress, and tell me the names of the attorneys that are telling you not to provide this to the OSC. I want names.
So I will follow up with you and your
No, I
staff
want you
after
right
this.
now. You've had notice of this hearing. I need specific names. You had staff sitting there. How many staff are with the TSA?
So
How many staff are with the TSA or in this audience right now? Please raise your hands. Who's paid by the TSA? How many people? Wait a second. 1, 2, 3. Hold them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of these 7 people has got to get on the phone, get your butt up out of this committee, and go get that information before this hearing's done. I want to have names, and we're going to call them up there. There is no way. We're going to go to the ends of the earth to protect whistleblowers, and we have this OSC. Ms. Lerner has testified time and time again, we believe in her and her organization. She needs 100% of the information. Not some of it, not some that you don't want to have, not the embarrassing. She needs all of it. And I want names of who at the Homeland Security is prohibiting people from giving that information to the OSC.
Mr. Chaffetz, I have asked my staff to step out and obtain permission from the department to give you a name before the hearing is done.
Thank you. And I need to know what information, let me ask you this one conceptual question. I'll turn the time to to the Democrat. What information do you believe should be withheld from Congress?
So I don't believe information should be withheld from Congress unless there are certain provisions, such as the attorney-client privilege, which, again, my hands are tied by departmental policy. I cannot take unilateral action because there are ripple effects across the department. That having been said, I will tell you that when it comes to SSI information, all of this we are completely transparent, not just with you, but with the IG, with your staff. They have full privilege to all the information when it comes to SSI and things like that. But when it comes to the attorney-client privilege element, so
I think we've established here that that is so bogus. You're making it up. That may be what the attorneys are telling you. You're a very talented, smart person. Appreciate the work that you do on behalf of the United States of America. But we've got whistleblowers who think they're getting retaliated against. And I want you to stop hiding behind some legalese and throwing attorneys into meetings so you don't have to provide documents. We don't see this problem at this magnitude anywhere else except the TSA, and that's why we're going to get to the bottom of it. I've gone well past my time. We're going to recognize Ms. Lawrence of Michigan.